Alright, hey YouTube, this is Rick here. This is the first video. I don't have a microphone yet, but I'm going to try to use overdubbing here just to make sure I can communicate here. I'm looking for a microphone, I just haven't gotten it yet. So today, this video is going into St. Petersburg to get my ticket for the IndyCar race here. Just kind of tooling around here on the interstate. First thing you'll notice is that my hands aren't covering the levers. I had somebody ask me that already. Bottom line is, experienced riders do that. I'm not experienced yet, or at least not too experienced. I've only been riding 5 months now, something like that. I've had my bike since the day before Thanksgiving, so maybe more like 6. I've got 3,700 miles on the bike. But anyways, I just find it uncomfortable and it hurts my hands, and I can't quite reach all the way anyways. I can do it from time to time, but bottom line is it's just uncomfortable, and my opinion on it is something that's uncomfortable you're not going to want to do for very long anyway. So, rather than just focus and pay more attention on doing something that hurts my hands or just doesn't feel right, I better to do the way that's comfortable for me. That way it works exactly the same way every time that I need it to work, and not have to worry about my uncomfortableness or whatever doing something that it's not supposed to do. So that's my opinion on the hands covering the levers anyways. Here I am on 275 heading into St. Petersburg now, coming out around the bend there. Just kind of chit-chatting now about this. Hopefully everything works as this designed, because I really don't want to have to do this again later on. Hopefully everything syncs up just like so. So I'm riding a Ebony Ninja 300 here. Pretty stock. The only thing that I've changed on it are the exhausts. I put on a slip-on from Leo Vince, the GP Corsa, just because I hated the stock muffler on there. Plus I saved like 15, maybe even, I don't know, 18 pounds on it, and it just sounds so much better, so much more pleasing to the ear. Looks better too. Black carbon fiber on the black bike. It keeps the motif going, just like, around the board there. And so here we are, making our way into St. Petersburg proper, close to downtown St. Petersburg. Again, like I said, I was going to obtain my ticket for this coming weekend's IndyCar race, and hopefully, just have fun and enjoy the view, see the quote-unquote drive-by tour of St. Petersburg. I believe coming up on the left here, there's going to be a green Ninja 250. Don't know if it's a Ninja specifically, but it's definitely a Kawasaki, and it's some kind of sport bike, so it's got to be a Ninja. I just don't know which displacement. So there it goes. Looked like a newer 250 to me. And this is downtown St. Pete. This is what's known as collectively God's waiting room. It's actually pretty nice. I don't mind driving around downtown St. Pete, but that said, the streets are confusing, and I can't quite figure out the system that it uses to organize them. Coming up on a waterfront right here now. Gonna make a right here, and there's a lot of people outside in St. Petersburg. I mean, a lot of people that just walk around. And so this is the stop sign here. Nobody's coming. Kind of just, okay, safe to go. One thing about me is I'm definitely a beginner. You will see me make mistakes and misshifts or whatever. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. Everybody's still learning. But compared to where I was before I got my endorsement from the MSF, I'm a lot more comfortable, a lot more natural, a lot more smooth. And I definitely I can't say enough things about riding. I'm the only regret I have about riding a motorcycle, especially here in Florida, is that I waited so long to do it. I listened to too many people for too long, telling me their reservations and concerns, about, oh, riding a bike's dangerous, or, it's risky, or it's guaranteed to, you're going to generate issues or publicity or whatever you want to call it. And, I just reached a point in my life where I was tired of listening to the other people ahead on, what was going to make me happy. So, alright, see, here I am at the intersection. There's a lady walking in front of me. She has something called the Chihuly collection. I don't know, some kind of glass exhibit. I'm not entirely familiar with it. Off to the left here, that's heading out towards the St. Petersburg Pier. Those high rises there, you'll see those on TV on Sunday, most likely from the IndyCar race. Anyways, like I was saying, bottom line is riding a bike just is one of those things that makes me happy. And I hope to do with this blog, since I'm relatively new, there's two purposes that I got with this, this idea here. One, maybe, catch some of the nicer weather patterns / scenery on gorgeous days that it's not raining or dreary looking outside. Because even though it's flat, there's lots of great locales to be capturing in Florida. And two, maybe just kind of shed some light on what it's like to be a beginning rider. Right here at this intersection, this is part of the IndyCar track. We're actually going to be driving on, the track itself, quote unquote, obviously, since it's just city roads that they close down. There's one of the overpasses there. You take a left there. I did not know this at the time, but I spent an hour looking for this just around the corner there. That's where the wheel call ticket booth is. Did not know that. That's a frequent problem here in Florida. People going where they're not knowing where they're, needing to go. Like that guy there, he was probably looking for a ticket booth too. I don't know. It's not really publicized. So anyways, I'm just going straight here. This little thing right here is I think part of the track itself too. You take a left there, you drive down another stretch of the track. There goes some bicyclists, cross over little canal here. This point I'm just kind of exploring. Didn't really have any idea where I was going, and so it was all new to me. Taking a left here, hopefully finding a place to turn around, maybe capturing some of the mini boats over there. So anyways, like I was saying, riding the bike, happy. Only regret, waited too long to do it. And what I mean by too long is I wanted a bike since I was in the teenage years. I'm 28 now, and I just reached a point in my life where I had enough waiting and I could financially justify buying something new. And it just worked out that I got my endorsement about the time that I had heard rumblings of Ninja 300 coming out from Kawasaki. And since I had no experience whatsoever with bikes, I wouldn't know what to look for in a used motorcycle anyway. So the timing was good, where I just figured I could start off with a knowledge base of exactly zero. And the other flip side is, what other point in my life was I going to be in a position where I could afford to buy any kind of vehicle new off of a lot? Right now, I'm not married, I don't have any kids or anything, so it's a lot more feasible for me to just, go out and buy something new, and that way I wouldn't have to worry about any kind of hidden mechanical hazards or anything. I would just have to make sure I maintain it, and since it also was brand new, it comes with a warranty. I even got the extended warranty on the bike, so as long as I still own the bike, heck, even after I don't own it, the extended warranty transfers, I'd be good. What can I say about the 300 itself? Great bike. Obviously, I don't have a broad knowledge base with which to compare it to other models, but the 300 itself, absolutely great bike. I'm glad that I got it. It's got a lot of beginner-friendly features. Still does what I need it to do. Gets up and goes. You saw I was starting off on the interstate, so it had no problem going there. Here we see a problem with St. Petersburg in particular, but a lot of places right now. A hobo walking around aimlessly with all his belongings. I feel bad for people that are out of work. Here we are cruising around part of the track again. Taking a left there. Alright. So, back to the 300. Slipper clutch, great idea. Every vehicle that I had ever ridden or owned, never ridden anything aside from a bicycle, automatic transmission. So one of my concerns when learning to ride was learning to operate a shift pattern and a clutch. Now motorcycles have a sequential shift box, so you don't have to worry about positioning horizontally in the mechanism. You just kind of go for it. But with that said, you still gotta learn proper shift technique for actually manipulating the clutch and gears. So my worry was on anything stronger or didn't have a slipper clutch or what have you, that I would lock up the rear wheel or inadvertently, pop some wheelies or stuff like that. Slipper clutch is designed to prevent that sort of thing. Now, if you stump the clutch, the 300 will still get its back wheel and put the front wheel up, but I haven't locked the back wheel at all, haven't skidded, and it does its job. Here we are on one of the straightaways. Look at all the tires. That's tire berm right there. Can't really go anywhere, so just kind of going straight here. There's baseball stadium at Happy Field, I think it is. I don't know. 300 still gets up and goes though. I can ride all day long on the interstate. Look, here we are, left turn lane. Going straight, and this is a long straight. I had no idea it was that long. Oh look, one of the car haulers is going into the track right now. Anyways, just look at that. That was unanticipated. More on that later. This guy can't get in there. Look, he's having a hard time, so we just do our best to get out of the way and go around behind him. Cab's kind of stuck there for a bit. 300 all day long on the interstate, 85 miles an hour or so. No worries. I'm sure it'll go more because when I got up there, I was only pulling, I don't know, say 7 or 8,000 on the tachometer there, and red line's about 13 or 14. I forget the exact value. I have yet to hit the rev limiter just because it's taken a while for me to get comfortable with it, because on the car, I redline in my Mustang at 6,000, 7,000 RPM, and on the 300, that's just when you're getting in the meat of the power band in just about every gear. And so I just gotta kind of remember when I'm on the bike that the dynamics of the bike, that's when it's just getting started. I'm just pulling into here to turn around real fast, because if I kept going down that road, that's where the Coast Guard station is, and yeah, not really allowed to go in there. So just pull in here, do a quick U-turn, and pop back around. Still looking for that will call window. So let this lady go by. She waves thank you. There you go. See, you don't have to be arrogant or mean to be a motorcyclist. I think we get a lot of negative publicity as it is. My pet peeve. And then just, good karma. Good karma to being a nice friendly rider there. He's got the stop sign, so I keep rolling. And 300 cc's, that's all anybody really needs. And what I mean by that, you can always want more, but 300 is more than fine for a necessity. I mean, heck, I've already fallen in love with a new bike. I know exactly what I want to get one of these days. I want to get one of the Triumph Daytona 675s. I sat on it, fell in love. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful bike, especially 2013 with the R subtype. But that's going to be years down the road because A, I got to pay off this one, and B, I'm not certain I have enough experience to handle a dedicated track bike. So for now, for my purposes, the 300 is fine. It does highway, lets me explore, lets me commute, and gets great gas mileage. I think I average 55, 60 miles per gallon. It's hard to say for certainty because the sensor that monitors the fuel level in the gas tank's a bit finicky. Um, Sometimes it's really accurate, other times it's very inaccurate, but it's better to have something than nothing at all. Um, the other thing I don't like about the bike, I already mentioned the exhaust. And this isn't a problem with the bike, this is more a problem with me, but I need to get a new rear set on there. And the reason for that is I'm a bit taller, I'm about 5'9", 5'10", and as my confidence and competency levels are changing on the bike, I'm starting to lean over more in the corners, and consequently I've started to scrape boots and pegs. And pegs are designed to be scraped, they have the little metal bits on the end that break off, but it's not a good idea to scrape boots on the asphalt. And one way to get better ground clearance is to change out the rear sets or the positioning. And the other flip side is, like I priorly mentioned, if I want to ride that Super Sport, it'd be nice to have something that gets you used to the position of the rear sets now, as opposed to have something completely different. And it would make a nice combo to maybe try to get some new levers so I could cover the levers as well as rear sets at the same time. But with that said, that's not anything that's going to happen anytime soon. I'm sure I could price them, but here's my dilemma, folks. I'm not the greatest mechanic in the world. I can do certain things like slip-on bolts, whatnot, no big deal. I mean, I did my own slip-on, but I'm waiting on my fender eliminator kit and the integrated tail light to come in to the dealer. Not because I don't think I could do it, but when it comes to electrical systems and the components, I'd rather pay the $80 or whatever for an hour of a professional mechanic to make sure the connections and wirings are done just the way they're supposed to be, because I've already fried a few computers and other electrical things in my life. Yeah, I don't really want to play around with electronics on the bike. So, even if it's under warranty or not. So, no worries on that. But, yeah, basically I've got 3 or 4 gripes with the bikes, and 2 of them aren't really any fault of the bike. If it's design, it's mine. And the other one that was, I already changed. So, bottom line is, love the bike, love the machine, love the color, and I'm curious to see what other aftermarket support's going to emerge in 2013 for this thing. Just kind of cruising around downtown now. This is Central Avenue, I believe. 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. Oh, that's the other thing. I have yet to get around to doing it. I would like to get a 15-tooth sprocket on the front and the countershaft there. Not a big deal, but it would make the speedometer more accurate, as well as, making first gear actually usable. Right now, in my opinion, it feels like first gear, it's not all the way on, but you have to give a significant twist to the throttle, or it feels like, as soon as you you don't chop it, but you let go, it feels like engine compression is instantly slowing you to a crawl, and it's hard to be smooth when you're start, stop, start, stop. So I guess maybe that might be a compromise on the bike, but for a beginner-friendly machine, absolutely good. Absolutely good. A lot of traffic out. There goes an old, rusty, ugly, puke yellow Ford F-150, I think it is. Not certain. Just kind of stuck in traffic here, and I'm just kind of wandering around aimlessly right here, sharing my opinion on things on the bike. I hate red lights. I don't know what else to say when I'm stuck at red lights. I just kind of look around, watch people, passers-by, make sure nobody's gonna come up behind me, rear end me. Something else I need recommendations for dedicated riding pants, not overpants. Here in Florida, it's going to be very, very hot, and I'd like to preferably wear something that's light and breezy, that's also going to keep me safe. My jacket's fine. It's a Joe Rocket Kawasaki Racing Team functional replica. It's got armor, but it's got plenty of ventilation in it too. That said, I need riding jeans or something that's going to be light and comfortable, yet protect me. I also need to get some new gloves, preferably something with gauntlets. I know where I can get those. They're just a bit pricey. I haven't been, it's sticker shock basically. I can justify spending a couple $100 on a camera and maybe a microphone, which I have to order online because it's quote unquote fun. Buying gear, unless you just love to shop in general, at least in my opinion, is not fun. Therefore, it's hard to make the buying decision. And what I mean by it's not fun, riding is fun, but buying things or spending money on things that are passive, i.e., not actively controlled or recognized, it's hard to drum up the same kind of excitement or emotional connection in purchasing it. Like, for example, I needed riding boots. I mean, I knew I needed dedicating riding boots, but I put off buying them until fairly recently just because I didn't want to spend the money, but I finally did it, and they're I can't wear them yet because I have to go get them. It's going to make me sound handicapped. I'm not. I don't mean to minimize anybody's actually handicapped, but one of my legs is shorter than the others. Not noticeably, but if, once I tell you, you'll say, okay. I have to go get them modified, and they have to add a half inch of extra height to one of the shoes. So hopefully I can get that taken care of on Wednesday, and I'll be good to actually wear my Icon boots. So hopefully in watching this video I can communicate my feedback on things like that to beginning riders, and they can get a little bit more knowledge and just kind of get an appreciation of what it's like to actually ride a bike in traffic, as well as listening to my pointless banter, because that's pretty much what this is. It's a soundtrack. And it's hard maybe to see something a little bit from the helmet like that. Maybe I need to get a new helmet, or excuse me, not a new helmet, a new mount. Let me know your feedback on what you feel about the positioning for the helmet, or helmet for the camera, excuse me. I'd like to get a new one by the Indy race on Sunday, just because it would be awesome to stand against the fence or whatever with the camera and capture film from that. We'll see though. I got some time for that. Taking a right corner here. Was it here? Excuse me. Next one. And I really need to get a microphone for this thing so it's a lot more natural and a lot less guesswork involved. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm taking a right at the next corner here because I remember this part now. And just riding around St. Petersburg is very confusing. I mean, heck, driving around St. Petersburg is very confusing. So, I don't know why that car door was open, but I completely wasn't paying any attention. I forgot to mention the idiot driver that was going the wrong way down the one-way road. It was a big deal when I was actually out on the road and it happened, but honestly, things like that happen all the time in Florida because just something about Florida. I don't know. People just drive like crazy down here. This road here, that's the Tropicana field in the distance there. That's, where the baseball team plays. Now, personally, I don't care about baseball. I can't stand it. I think it's stupid, but I understand why people do like it. So nothing against baseball. It's just nothing for me. Ice hockey is the way to go. Best sport ever. The only sport that actually, matters. But anyways, that's Tropicana Field in front of us there. So we'll just kind of go into the parking lot and, ride around a bit, see what happens. I think at this point I was hoping that I could buy my ticket from their window, but those windows were closed. So you'll see what I do at the parking lot. One thing about St. Petersburg is they've got a lot of on-street parking or parking garages or what have you. It's really easy to find some place to park as long as you're not opposed to maybe having to walk a few blocks or so. So it's kind of cool, I guess. Green light, just right on through. Oh, went to yellow on the way, halfway. And alright, so there's Tropicana Field. I'm honestly at this point, I'm not certain I'm allowed to be in here, so I was going ahead with some trepidation. But as you can see, there was nobody to stop me. And hey, what's this? Look what I found. I found where they parked the IndyCar haulers. Did not know they did that. Wasn't certain I was allowed to be there. So I very quietly, as quiet as you can make it on a motorcycle, right? Just, okay, let's go explore and see how many trucks are here. What are they doing? And I kind of ride around a bit in the parking lot, just trying to see them and see what's up. But, you know, maybe get a better perspective on them a little bit. And hey, look, there's all the porta potties. I for some reason went down to this lane, and there's a big motorhome with its nose jutting out into the thing. I'm guessing these are people that are either involved with the teams or they're just really dedicated. Look, there's a truck wash. Literally a truck wash. And barricades. So take a right turn there again. I literally just bum around the parking lot for a little while here. So don't really have any particular place to go. I think at this point this is where I was heading up front to see if the will call or ticket windows were open, see if I bought tickets here. Turns out they weren't open, but there's the team store there if anybody's interested in buying some Rays merchandise. And see, I think this is what confused me, because those gentlemen had IZOD IndyCar Series t-shirts on, or polos, so I thought maybe I was in the right spot. And there goes me riding through some red dirt. That's really difficult to do, especially when the asphalt's a bit damp too. And I just literally tooled around the parking lot trying to figure out whether the thing was open or not. I think I finally, coming up, just had enough, and I just parked to go see, make sure. But until I actually do, yeah, this is where I start heading up closer. This parking lot would be awesome for somebody to go tool around in, and you know, like somebody learning to ride a bike or drive a car or something. Say, as you can see, even with people there, it's wide open and empty, plenty of space, nobody to keep me out of it. And this is where I go back up towards the front, and I think at this point I go park the bike. So I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this anytime soon, but just in case, again, you know, I don't have a microphone yet. I need to get one. I've been looking, no places in store that I've seen one, aside from, you know, like headset mics, which won't work. I gotta have like a button ear mic or something I can tuck up inside my helmet, or you know, I don't want to go spend like $100 on this thing either. It's just, it needs to be something cheap, affordable, and more importantly, it works. But you know, that'll be in time. Until then, I can always overdub and do commentary like this. I guess it'll help me learn some kind of video editing or splicing or something, I'm certain. But anyways, I hope you